As we journey deeper into the shadows of history to uncover the lives of the most notorious kings of the Middle Ages, one question becomes unavoidable. Why did they become that way? Why did men born to rule, burdened with divine mission, descend into madness, cruelty, and tyranny? Were they born monsters, or did the circumstances of their age, the isolation of absolute power, and the crushing expectations of their status twist them into haunted and dangerous figures? The answer, like much of history, is never simple. But if we look closely with patience and empathy, a sobering truth emerges. Before they were tyrants, these kings were once children, thrust into a world so brutal that even grown men struggled to survive it. To begin with, it's important to understand that absolute power in the Middle Ages was not a gift. It was a terrible burden. When a child became king, in France, England, or Russia, it meant the end of childhood, replaced by a life of surveillance, control, and isolation. Kings like Charles VI of France or Henry VI of England ascended the throne before they were even teenagers. They had to learn how to act like rulers before they ever learned how to be human. Raised behind palace walls, their every word was scrutinized, their every gesture filtered through political games and courtly intrigue. Adding to this was a complete lack of understanding about mental health in medieval society. Symptoms of anxiety, depression, paranoia, or bipolar disorder were dismissed as madness, possession, or divine punishment. A king showing signs of instability wouldn't receive treatment. Instead, he would be subjected to prayers, exorcisms, or worse, exploited as a pawn in power struggles. Eric XIV of Sweden, for instance, was once a brilliant and artistic young man, but as his paranoia deepened, he became violent and delusional. Instead of being helped, he was imprisoned, poisoned, and reduced to a symbol of insanity in history books. Isolation was another invisible poison. Medieval monarchs had no true friends. They could trust no one, not even their own blood. Every relationship was tangled in ambition, betrayal, or political gain. When there's no one to speak to honestly, when no one dares tell the truth, the ego of a ruler can inflate and deform. Ivan the Terrible became so consumed by fear of betrayal that he created a private secret police to root out traitors, even among his closest advisors. In a fit of rage, he killed his own son, an unthinkable act, but one born of power warped by paranoia and loneliness. In truth, many of these kings were crowned too young, and it's a tragedy that repeats across royal history.